And this is probably gonna sound like super prejudiced, but like I was never into Asian chicks. Like zero.
I'm 100% Korean. Like, I'm Asian.
I felt like the white girl that's dating her first black guy.
We didn't have any mutual friend.
We weren't in the same circles.
We didn't have any like social media exchange. All we had is our phone numbers. I was like, this might be the guy I might marry. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
The first day.
The first day.
If I'm gonna be with her, don't play. Just give it the best that you have and take it day by day.
Mhm.
I met your dad. I just called him by his name. He looked at me and then he looked at you like I spit in his cereal or something.
There's hierarchy in Korean. When you're older person, you call them like in a certain suffix, right?
Hey dramas. I watch an episode and they'll like touch fingers and then I see you like, and I'm like, they didn't even do anything.
Because it's a culture they don't touch.
The Latin community is like very family oriented. It's like always hugs, always kisses, very, very affectionate culture.
Korean is like, keep your distance, like right here. Our relationship is like right here. You can bow.
Don't touch me.
We're so different culturally.
And yet we still came together and we have this wonderful, cute little family.
But it's a choice at the end of the day.
It's a choice.
You're on the same boat. You're together. So get along.
We might as well paddle together in the same direction than like in circles in our own thing. Hola, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Antonio Garcia y hoy estoy con mi bellísima, linda esposa.
Esposa, Kathleen here. 안녕하세요. 저희 남편과 함께하는 팟캐스트 캐서린입니다.
So I'm a business coach. I'm a business consultant. I've been doing it for over 5 years. Big background in sales. I'm an associate producer of an Amazon TV series called 60 Day Hustle. I've done all different types of projects, primarily coaching and mentoring, businesses and entrepreneurs and making sure that they're successful and kicking ass.
Where do I start? It's long, but I got a degree in biochemistry, a minor in Japanese and math. I'm also a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo, and I'm a stay-at-home mom.
All of that to be a stay-at-home mom.
That's right. That's what it requires.
Yeah. So the purpose of this podcast is that Kathleen and I, we get all types of different questions just because we have an interesting relationship dynamic just with myself being the breadwinner and being that way for the last like 5 years. So we're constantly getting questions on this. So we just figured we would make a podcast on things that work for us, tips, tricks, our journey, our story. Maybe the best place to start is like, how do we meet?
We met at the street.
We met on the street.
We met on the street.
It was a dark street. It wasn't like
We have
bright.
two sides.
All right.
You have your story. I have my story, don't we?
So what's yours?
I remember we were off at an event and we were heading for our cars and we were heading like the same side, like same way. And I was like right behind you. And I guess I was too close and I scared you. And you're like,
You didn't scare me.
oh, you're like, oh. And I'm like, I'm sorry, did I scare you? I said this. I'm pretty sure I said this. I said, oh, I'm sorry, did I scare you? You're like, no. And then we start walking the same way. And there was a stop sign where you had to go in one way and I had to go the other way. And we were like there for 20 minutes just talking. And then we exchanged phone numbers. And then we decided
You're
to
like,
meet
can I
and
get
meet
your
up."
phone number? I've always wanted a little Latin boy. And I was like,
I wanted to show you because I still have the way how I saved your name.
was it Latin lover?
No, it said
Future
guy
baby
from the
daddy.
street, period, actor, period, LA, period, handsome, smiley face. So I don't forget who you are. I think that's how I saved you.
Okay, there we go. So I remember at the time, so this was in Reno, where we met in Reno. It was in an area of Reno that was kind of like low-key, a little like kind of ghetto,
Shady.
Yeah, it's shady. But the city was trying to gentrify certain areas. So they were making these like really kind of high-end coffee shops in the most like random ghetto areas just to start mixing the community a little bit. And so I was there and I was actually seeing another girl. She was this like Pilates little redhead instructor chick. And so I stopped by just to like say what's up. And I was walking back. It was at night. So it was actually
It was getting dark.
it was getting dark. Yeah.
Because you had a scarf on that day. I remember
I had a
that.
scarf on. I had like,
Nobody in Reno wears a scarf.
yeah. I really stuck out. So it was pretty recent that I moved from Los Angeles to Reno. So I was more dressed like that.
I
To
think
me,
you have a jacket on too.
I had a jacket. I think I had a sports jacket on. I had a scarf on. I had like dress pants.
Fancy for Reno.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I was walking back to where some friends were at, where they were watching like a basketball game, and I remember like these little feet, and I thought I was like a crackhead because there was no one on the road, like there was no one on the sidewalk, front and behind, and so I was walking, and then all of a sudden I hear these like little feet, like ta, 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 ta.
My
And I
short
thought
little
I
legs.
thought I was a fucking crackhead. I turned around with my fist about to punch you in the face. I almost punched you in the face. I think you knew that too. And that's where you're like, oh, did I scare you? And being all man over here, I was like, no. But deep down, like I was like, I'm gonna get jumped. Oh no. And then yeah, we just started walking in the same direction and just talking
I don't even
about
know what we talked about.
it was like, what are you doing and how long you been running and blah 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 blah. And you were completely from like head to toe in Nike gear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
was into running that time.
yeah, like Nike pants, Nike shoes,
Probably Nike
Nike
hats too.
Nike hat, Nike windbreaker, like
They smell
Nike. I looked at everything. Like there was a little tag on your socks. It was like Nike socks. Like everything was Nike. And I was like, did this chick just come out of like a Nike commercial? It looked basically that. And then we exchanged contact info, and then we met up the next week for coffee.
That's how we met on the street. When the surprising thing is like we didn't have any mutual friend.
Zero.
We didn't like
We weren't in the same circles,
no.
nothing, because you were in Reno getting your degree. Or you got your degree, you
I got
graduated.
my and then I
Yeah.
sticked around and we didn't have any like social media exchange, no nothing. We just all we had is our phone numbers.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
So for me, and this is probably gonna sound like super prejudiced, but like I was never into Asian chicks. Like
I know.
zero. Zero.
How do I know? Because you tell me
I told you all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And we were dating the first few days or like the first month or so. You're like, we're just like randomly talking, and then randomly you go, I'm not into Asian chicks anymore. I'm 100% Korean. Like I'm Asian. Like
Yeah.
so what are you trying to say?
I felt like the white girl that's dating her first black guy that always tells the black guy she's never been with the black guy. I felt like that with you, where I'm like, I've never been with, do we eat rice today? Like, what do we do? Do
You
we
remember you said noodles are
like, yeah,
what did you say?
like you're saying something, and I was like, noodles or noodles? Like, what's the difference?
I'm like, hold on.
We're
Mm-mm.
going to the Asian market right
Yeah.
now. Japchae, ramen, udon, and it went down the
I
list.
took that personally.
It looked like I might as well have punched you in the uterus when I said that. You're like, what?
Yeah, and remember I said like, don't worry.
Don't worry. I will
Make you
teach
fat.
you. I will teach you, young grasshopper. I will
I'll make
teach
you
you.
fat with all this noodles.
So yeah, I remember I had a steady diet of white girls, Latinas, and black girls, and mixed chicks, and then any Asian women that would approach me. "Skeer."
What was that? Why was that?
I don't know why. I don't know why. I'll tell you maybe why. Because like when I was younger, so I grew up in Kodiak, Alaska. I was born and raised in Alaska, and my dad and his brothers worked in the fishing industry in Alaska. And over in Alaska, they would have a lot of a lot of members of the Filipino community from like Manila and other places would go over to Kodiak. As an older guy, now I get it of why there was this kind of fight between the Filipinos, the Latin people there, and the white people, the natives, because they couldn't understand each other. And there was times where like my dad would come home and be like, "Estos pinche Filipinos," like those fucking Filipinos. And he would be like, they're this, and oh, it's just so hard working with them. And I'm like, yeah, these Filipinos, yeah, I hate these, like, you know. And so I think just subconsciously, like, just it's natural for people to just maybe roll folks into a group. So I'm like, all Asian women are bad.
Mhm.
And so just for the longest time in my life, I never pursued one. I was never interested if I was pursued by an Asian girl.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me.
Oh, come on. Come on, babe.
Wait, I don't know about this. What Asian girl pursued you?
So I wouldn't say that they were like, it wasn't like a high pressure
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Asians are not usually.
Yeah, no. But I feel like some American Asian girls, which I think that's what they were. It's not like they were from China.
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah, fresh off the boat. They weren't some fobs. They were just really informing that they were interested in me. I think especially in LA, like if you kind of show like, hey, I'm not interested, they just kind of move on. It's like on to the next. So yeah, I was never really into Asian girls. But I will say this, when we met, you have like a type when someone wears certain things. What's yours? Like when, like if a guy wears this, you're like, ooh,
I don't think I have a type, but like just well dressed, well
well
groomed.
dressed, well groomed, right?
Like by the occasion.
By
Like
the occasion.
yeah, like you can wear just casual too, but if during this occasion you wear like that's good during that time, and then when you need to dress, you dress. I
Yeah.
think that's diversity you have, like you know how to fit in each situation with your outfit. I think that's really sexy.
So it's like a level of awareness.
Mhm.
Like you don't wear like a full on tuxedo. You wear that to the Oscars. You wear that to like a wedding, but not the bakery.
Right, right.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So for me, I have basically like a top two. Like if a woman is wearing this or this, I find it incredibly
I
sexy.
hate that too.
So the second one, like number two, is like sports clothes, like fitness clothes. Oh, I love that. Like when they have like a cute little outfit, I think it's so adorable.
Like how we first met.
Yeah, how we first met, like everything was there. So I was intrigued. I was really, really intrigued. And I think when we first met, when I was asking you, like, tell me, we were just talking
Mhm.
and like, oh, you work out, you do this, that. And so I think I was asking you about that. And you're like, yeah, before 3 black belt in Taekwondo.
Did I say that at the first day?
Yeah, yeah. You said something like that. Cause I'm like, I was asking.
Oh.
And so I was like, hold up, meow. Hold up. What?
I like to get
But
beaten.
but I remember thinking like, is she a ninja? Yeah.
No,
Like
no, you
just thinking like that's so cool. Like that's
Mhm.
badass. Yeah. And so we just, it was a good vibe and we exchanged numbers. But when we met a week later, do you remember what you were wearing we met up at a coffee shop. Remember what you were wearing?
I do.
What was it?
I do because you tell me. You remind me. It was a black pencil skirt and some like a blouse or something and high heels or something.
You were I walked up, you were there early. Because I was early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was early.
You were early.
You were
But
late.
no.
No?
Bullshit. So you were early, but even I was early, but you were earlier than me.
That's right.
You're earlier than me. But I rolled up and I almost didn't recognize you at first. Because you had like a really cute pencil skirt. You were wearing these like really nice black heels. You had a white blouse. Your hair was up, and you were sipping an espresso
Mm.
and reading a John C. Maxwell leadership book. And I was like, who is this? Who
Is this
who is this chick? I literally was thinking that. I was like, who is this girl? But that's my number one, is office clothes. Like professional, like office
Is
clothes.
that when you was like, oh, that's gonna be my chick?
I thought it was just hot. When women dress really well, like office professional, like a pencil skirt, the thing, you like a little pencil in there, like I think it's fucking hot. And so when I rolled up, I remember thinking like, I'm gonna try to hit this. I remember like thinking that. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah. And then what happened for you? Like, because we showed up, we met.
I remember like we walked side the river and then we ended
We're
up
in downtown Reno. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really pretty, like during the summer.
I miss.
Yeah.
It was a nice like walk.
It was a nice
Experience
day.
nature, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I remember we ended up on a bench next to the river and we were just talking. And you were talking about like what you wanted to pursue or thinking about. I think you were talking about being a lawyer, like different like different
Dude, wait, now that you say that, is it like, yeah, I'm trying to be a lawyer, or was it?
No, but
Because now I think I was like,
you
really?
were in the midst of like trying to like figure things out and like try to you're just in your head like talking to me. And I was just looking at you talking. It wasn't really coming to my ears, but I was just looking at it talking and I was like,
You weren't listening?
I don't think so cuz
What else is new? Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
But I was like, this might be the guy. This might be the guy like I was looking for. I remember that. Then I was like, this might be the guy I might marry. Like,
Really?
yeah,
The first day?
the first day.
Yeah, just hooked my claws into you and
I
just,
never let you go.
you never let me go. So there was that thought of like, okay, you're looking at me like a psycho and not listening, like typical. But
This is my man.
and then you felt that way. And then what kind of happened after that? Because you mentioned you had that feeling, but you wanted to verify it by a list that you created.
Yeah, I still have the list. I never deleted it. But I remember the reason why I felt like this is my guy because till then I wasn't interested in dating. Like I just ended a relationship, not just, but like after I ended a relationship, I realized I reflected on it and I said I don't want to date anymore. I want to like settle. I want to date to marry. I want the end of this
So you're very
in a way.
intentional of like, if I get involved with anybody, it's for that
Yeah.
specific. Yeah.
Right, right. So like I wasn't looking around. I wasn't interested in like hooking up. Like I want to date somebody to get married because I always also wanted a child
Mhm.
in my 20s before I turned 30. So like at that age, like I need to date right now,
Because you just turned 25, right?
something like
You were
that.
like 25.
So like if I look at the timeline, like I need to date now. Like I
It's
only
just
have one shot. That's how I felt. Like one shot to really date somebody, to get married and then enjoy like a few years and then have a baby. In my 20s, like I have one shot.
Mhm.
So I remember I made a list of like, what do I like from a person, but what also I do not like from the past, relationships.
Was your list more on like being intentional on the things you wanted to attract or the things you wanted to avoid? Because it's written in Korean, so
It
I don't
is.
know. I don't know, because I feel like that's important for people that might be watching. Is like, especially if you're a woman or a guy and you're trying to kind of attract that person or even repel somebody that's just not for you. How did you set yours up?
It was a little bit of mix, but it was more like what I wanted. Because you and I read enough books to know like you want to manifest what you want. And you don't want to write down or say what you don't want because that's where you're going to manifest. Doesn't matter if you don't want it, you're still saying what you don't want.
Mhm.
So I remember like wrote down certain things like, who likes to work out, what did I like, who does, I think simple as like not gambling, no drugs or cigarette, also political view, type of religion, and then if they want to be a father or not. I also put specifically, I want them to be
Mm.
in business, like
So someone's like a poet,
entrepreneur,
entrepreneur.
something like, not like a 9 to 5.
You mentioned one thing that was like, because I would open doors for you.
Well,
Open door.
simple as like, I want you to like open up the doors for me.
Mhm.
It's been so long since I saw that list. But
Yeah.
yes, that was one of it. I also put something as like taller than me. I
Yeah.
didn't put height. I
We
didn't put
we're
height.
we barely got there, yeah. I'm like 5'8" at best on a good day.
So I didn't put height,
Yeah.
but I said taller than me. Taller than me, and then something like
Yeah.
that.
Because if you would put 6'4" like these other bitches nowadays.
No, because you marked everything, that's why I was like, "Okay."
So how quickly from the first time that we met
Mhm.
to all those items were checked off where now you felt like, "Oh," because like, I felt a switch in you.
You did?
Yeah, yeah, and so I didn't know anything. I just felt like, oh, she just all of a sudden putting way more effort.
Oh,
But what was there a switch for you when you realized, like, everything got checked off?
probably. I don't know how long it took, but I do remember, like, that feeling of like, "Huh, that you checked everything." I'm like, "Shit, like, I can't let him go. This is it. This is it.
Mhm.
Like, this is the guy I'm gonna marry."
Yeah,
Like, to myself,
yeah.
to myself.
You didn't say that to me at all.
No?
Like
Like,
like, I've
that's what
never
you
got
notice?
I noticed that you were far more like, you put a lot of effort. I felt like I was pursued.
You were.
Yeah, I felt like
You
you were
were.
trying to be sneaky. You were, like,
No,
leaving stuff at
there's
my
no secret
place.
about it.
Like, you would leave, like, "Oh, my ponytail, I need to come by," and I'm like, "Okay." And I
Oh,
knew
my
y
toothbrush.
my toothbrush, man, my gym bag," and I'm like in my head, I'm like, "You're not slick. I know what you're trying to do." And I think in your head, you're like, "Oh, I should just say this." And I did feel that way. I did feel like I felt very much pursued. I think if we look back, like,
But when was it, like, you felt like it was a switch?
it's hard to say because I think generally speaking, you were very, like, just down to do whatever.
Mhm.
I think, like, the first times we hung out, like, we were on a coffee shop,
We went on a
then we went on a
hike.
hike, get food, we go to the movies, we'd go work out. So it was very, like, there was nothing that was brought up in a conversation where you're like, I don't wanna do that. Oh, I don't" it was never really anything like that. So you're
We
just like,
were like,
"Okay.
"Yeah, let's go do it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yeah,
How
sounds
about this?
awesome.
How
Yeah.
about that?"
Let's go to Lake Tahoe. Let's go here. Let's go there." Like, you were just very like down.
Mhm.
And so I felt like you were also very proactive in that. You were very like, hey, do you want to go do this? Do you want to go to the gym? I remember one time I was feeling sick
Mhm.
and I was at work and you drove to my job and you brought this like juice press pack, which it's like a bunch of like different juices. You
Mhm.
can and you
Yeah,
brought
like
like a whole
fresh
you
juice.
yeah, you brought like
Like a
6.
cleanse, probably I got a like a cleanse set.
Yeah.
You have to drink it for like a few days or
And
something.
I knew that place, so like that thing that you bought was like 40-50 bucks, like the whole
It
6
wasn't
pack.
cheap.
It wasn't cheap.
It wasn't cheap.
And so you dropped it and you're like, "Okay, feel better. I'll see you." And I was like, "Oh, she cares about."
She cares
I
about
felt like she
me.
really cares about me. And so I felt like very pursued. I actually really enjoyed it that it was easy and it was just simple. And I felt that a lot of other relationships I had beforehand, it was like too many games and too like
Mm-mm.
positioning and who likes what and who's not
Wall.
willing. Yeah, it felt like there was no wall
Mm.
with you. It was just very
I
easy
think
to
that's what my mindset was too. Like I didn't want to play games. I was there to get married with
I
somebody.
wanted to
I
get
I want to
pregnant. Yeah.
get out of like that relationship game. I don't want to like try to figure out do you like me or not like me and like I'm over it. Like do you like me or not? Yes or no? Yes, okay, let's go.
Yeah, 'cause I wasn't I was very unsure at
Remember that
first.
time?
Yeah.
I said that I
Do
well,
you wanna do you wanna
no, you tell me.
so, so I
You tell
so
me.
kinda going back to, like, being the dude that's not, like, not into Asian chicks and, like, time goes by and I'm like, I just I've this is not like me. Like, I'm not s what should I do? And is this so I always kinda had that. And then there was a certain point where I was more non-committal. I was like, I don't know, because I didn't know if I wanna do this, like, long term. And then we went to a coffee shop, and then we went out for, like, a walk, and it was, like, a pretty warm day. It was, like, 95 degrees out.
Mhm. It
It
was
that
nice weather.
it was nice weather, but being there, I think we were both, like, in office clothes, walking, like, after a while, you're like, "Okay, it's sweating." I think we had a person in the neighborhood who was like, "Y'all want some water?" And they were holding.
Really?
Yeah, remember that?
No.
I remember that.
I just remember we were on the side, like
Yeah,
upset,
we were talking, and basically, I think you were coming back from, like, a business conference in Oregon, I wanna say.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah, it was like family reunion, I wanna
Mhm.
say. And you came back and you said, "Hey, Antonio, I really, really like you. I think we can go places. I really enjoy my time with you. I don't know, like, if I did anything, I didn't do anything to you, but it feels like you're not looking to move forward in the same way that I am, and I really wanna know because if we're not gonna do this, then I'm actually more excited to work on my business project than pursue anything with you because you're reprimanding me for someone else's problem."
But
Like,
that's not how I said it.
you didn't say it that way. It was
I don't even know that verb reprimand. What?
yeah, I'm paraphrasing,
I'm like,
paraphrasing.
that's not
Yeah.
how I said it.
Okay, so what you said probably more like was, like, I shouldn't pay for someone else's mistakes.
Did I really say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I remember, like, just being burned and, I was non-committal not just because of you, but
mhm.
because of just
Past
women,
relationships.
past relationships, and I was like, I don't feel like I was completely there." And so you were saying basically, like, you know, I shouldn't pay for someone else's mistakes with you. I didn't do that to you.
Oh, you know what? I remember. I think I said like, did something to you? Did I do anything wrong? Because, you know, something along the lines like, I want to move forward with you, but seems like maybe you don't. But if you do, I would love to move on with you because I really do like you, or something like that.
Yeah, it was that. It was I wanna do this, but you we're not moving forward because of something someone else did to you that's not me. And so we're kind of at a fork in the road, and do you wanna do this and give it a fair shake or not? And I was like, eh in my head, I was like, "Who does this bitch think she is?" And I actually took it up.
Still, even right now I hear it, I'm like, "I said that?"
You did, yeah.
Oh.
I think you do. I know you don't remember it as well, but, like, that was the gist
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, I remember that, but still, like, wow, I did that.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it was probably 'cause you didn't wanna mess around. You
I
just
did it.
yeah. I felt at that moment it was more of a challenge where it was like, "Let's give this thing." I think we said, like, "Let's give it a fair shake. Let's just take it a day at a time." And I felt like that was kind of the switch for me of like, if I'm going to be with her, don't play.
Mhm.
Just give it the best that you have and take it day by day.
Mhm.
And I think, and then we were just inseparable since. We got married like a year later.
Yeah, less than a year,
Yeah, less than a year
I
later.
think. Mhm.
So we met in June, and then the following July, early July, we got married.
Mm.
And then we've been together since. We got 3 kids. We got a little girl who's like the cutest, sweetest little thing in the history of the world.
Twin
And then these
boys.
little fuckers, these twin boys that just turned 2 a couple days ago.
Mm.
These guys, I love them. They're such a pain in the ass, these boys, these fucking guys,
I
dude.
love them.
But I
I
love them.
love them.
How has motherhood been treating you?
Tough.
It's not easy.
Tough. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but that word, you know, what people, the saying where the day is long and the years are short is so true. Every day reminds me, it's like, yeah, the day is so, so long. Sometimes 11 a.m., I'm already done for the day. Like, I
Done,
don't have
done.
more energy.
So you're just fried. You're done. Like you're overstimulated by like 11 a.m.
Yeah. The boys will wake up at like 6:30, 6 a.m. And throughout the whole day, our little girl will be like, Oma, 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 look, Oma 있잖아. Oma, 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 있잖아, Oma, Oma. And then
Appa, appa, appa.
and then the one boy will be cling on me and the other boy will be climbing up and jumping off of shit
Mhm.
and just chasing everybody all day.
At least you're in shape. I mean, it's like if you want to lose pounds, like that's how you do it, right?
I guess.
I
I
guess.
didn't work
No.
out. I didn't work out much and I lost all my weight, my pregnancy weight with the twins and Soldier, you know?
Yeah.
I barely start working out now, like this morning.
Yeah, twins are something else. Like I feel like there's that saying like there's 2 types of people in the world. There's like parents and non-parents. And if you're a non-parent, you're never ever, no matter how many cats, no matter how many dogs, and how many
You
goldfish,
cannot compare.
you cannot compare. Like you
Uh-uh.
don't get it. And the people that say that are the ones that used to say that now have become parents. And then within that, there's like parents of singletons and then parents of multiples. And that feels like such a
Way different.
way different. How would you
Way
describe it
different.
for people?
Oh my gosh. People like having singleton and having multiples.
Mhm.
Singleton is easy.
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 Cakewalk.
Cakewalk. Oh, I can do it all day. Give me your child. Doesn't matter what age. I'll take care of them. So easy. 2, manageable. Just 3, chaos.
Chaos.
Just straight up chaos. But I think what it does is that it allows you to kind of chill, not give a fuck in a certain level. Like you stop caring so much in a good and a bad way.
What's the good way and then what's the bad?
Because like when I see single parents, like they will be on their child. They're like so like focused on their child and oh you need this, oh you need that. Like almost you don't want to be a helicopter mom and dad, but you kind of are. But then when you have multiples, there's no way you can do the same as when you have a singleton. Like as much as you want to give attention to one child, you just can't. You just don't have the capacity. So you just kind of let them free.
Mhm.
Let them free. So it's good for them to have more freedom and do their own thing. But you know, at one side of you feel kind of a little bit bad because you still want to give more attention to them, but you can't.
Mhm.
So it's just like a little balancing thing.
What are some things that parenthood has like taught you? You know, if
I was
someone
gonna
is
ask you that question.
because you know there's people that are like on the fence of having kids or maybe they're in a relationship and they're talking about, you know, potentially bringing a child into the world. What are some lessons that parenthood has taught you that you probably would have never have gained unless you became a mother?
I think one thing is like you think you're tired, but you're not tired.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
telling you,
dude, dude. If we went back in time, I felt
I
I
don't
was
know what tired is.
yeah, like I felt like now I look back, like I was such a compared to now, like I was such a wimp. Like there's so much more things I could have done, or even together, not as parents.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, night and day. That's a good
I
one.
thought I was tired, but like once you have kids, like the sleepless night, like 8 hours sleep is just that's just a
It's normal. Yeah,
like no after becoming a parent, like you I don't know, but
it's a luxury.
luxury I just haven't seen it yet. I
Yeah,
just haven't seen myself sleeping 8 hours straight. If you get 5 hours straight, that's like you're lucky. It's a great day. 5
So
hours.
so what's a positive one? Because like so you mentioned tiredness,
Mhm.
but what's a positive lesson?
You find a new self, like, you thought you didn't have,
What do you mean by that?
like, how much you could do for others.
How much you can do for others?
Mhm. Because you become like why?
I just
Why are you
I'm
smiling?
just Chris Vossing you right now.
I
Yeah.
know you are.
You know I'm
I
doing
know
it.
you are. We read the
Yeah.
same books.
What? Huh?
I li
How do you mean?
Tell me more.
I know, I'm gonna give you that Jedi Grandmaster Chris Voss business right now,
It's the
and keep this conversation going,
but it's
yeah.
the best book for relationship too, not just like a FBI thing. But
Mhm,
either way, and to answer your question, I think because everything, kids and husband come first, you know. So I'll do everything like I'll put you guys first and our kids and what
mhm,
they need, and they're still so young where I have to. So like the sleepless night, what they eat, what they do, try to teach them, like keeping them clean, whatever it is. It's just you try to put them first and you kind of come last. And in a way, I think social media kind of put that down. Like, oh, like women, like moms, like, oh, putting yourself last, like you should put yourself first. But I feel like it's just a temporary thing though. Like certain time or where the kids are at, like you have to put the child first, not you.
mhm,
And it's not forever too, it's temporary.
mhm.
So during that time you should put your child first and you might lose yourself a little bit, but it is what it is in life.
Because it does feel like it's a little bit of like a chicken or the egg
Yeah.
situation where, people describe it as like, pouring from an empty cup.
Yeah.
But, so you're saying, look, suck it up and give what you have and then just kind of find your ways, find your methods of recovering, re-energizing yourself, like
Right.
doing that versus like, not that you necessarily have to neglect the child in order for you to recover and do all that stuff,
Mhm.
but just, come from that place first, like that's
It's like,
important.
it's not the child's choice to be in this world. I mean, it has different scenarios how the child come,
Mhm,
but for us, it's like we decided to have a child
mhm,
and it was our decision to have one. So I want to take responsibility and what I said I wanted and, you know,
mhm.
do that. Soldier didn't come up because she wanted to.
It's
Like
because I
we
didn't pull out. It's she's here because she came from my balls, and now she's just here,
I
you
know.
know?
And so funny how she came out exactly like how we manifested the photo. Like you put it on our board.
Yeah, yeah, so just to kinda share is that what we did was we started looking at some kids that were, like, half Korean, half Hispanic, and there was one little girl that we saw, like, because we were just wondering how things would look like,
Yeah. Cause I
and
didn't see that many kids that were like half and half of like our
yeah. And that's probably like a topic right afterwards is Korean and American Hispanic culture, like worlds apart. But we found a picture of this girl, and we both looked at her and be like,
Mhm.
"That's how she might look like." And she was this cute little thing. And then when Solji was born, probably like a year later, because the girl in the picture looked like she was a toddler,
Yeah.
and Solji must have been like, about 1, just little and uncanny. They might as well have been like the same baby.
Yeah.
It
The
wa
more and more we look at, I'm like, wow.
We're like, "Yeah, yeah." We locked in on that. I was like, "We have a feeling." It's like we just know it's gonna look our child's gonna look like this kid, just for whatever reason. It was the right combination of
Mhm.
us.
In Korean culture, they say whatever the pregnant person like look at, the more beautiful things they see and experience, that will influence the baby.
Really?
Yeah.
I have never
So
heard of that.
no, well, you never heard of it because you're not Korean.
That's right.
Yeah. And then, but they say like when somebody's pregnant, you say you only want to hear and see beautiful things, so your child comes out beautiful. Or some people actually put like their favorite idols or like actors or
Oh,
actresses like
really?
photos and look at them and say manifest their child like that photo because they'll become who they see the most.
If you're pregnant again, I'm just gonna put Keanu Reeves everywhere. So our next child looks like Keanu.
But you want a girl.
Or if it's a girl, I can't think of someone that has that combo. I think, yeah.
Yes, we want another child.
What I know. I'm so nervous of having another. I'm so nervous if we have like another set of twins, because fuck that. Because we would have 5 kids under 5. If you know what I'm saying, like that is if we had another set of twins.
I know.
I just
But I say what if we get triplets?
I know because that's so funny that that
It'll be like 1, 2, and then 3.
3
And then if I get triplets or any multiply, I said I was like, I'll be God's favorite.
he'd be God's favorite.
Kids are blessings.
He'd be my enemy because he gave me all these kids.
And then we'll have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we have to at
If
that
we have
point.
multiple kids again,
Oh, dude, if
we'll
we
have
had
a YouTube channel.
if we had triplets, would you want them to be all different or identical? If you had the choice,
Oh, I want them to be all different.
all different.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be.
All identical?
Wouldn't that be cool?
I guess.
I would put them through like
I
ninja
think
school.
being a triplet is cool enough.
Yeah, but if you're triplets and y'all look the same, like
That's
that,
trippy.
that's trippy. That's unique. But if you're like triplets and they're all different, it's like y'all just born at the same time, but you're so different. Yeah,
I'm gonna tag them all different.
we have to microchip them or like
Who's who?
yeah, we'd have to like shave one
It
head.
took me a minute
one
for Alice and G to recognize who's who.
A little bit.
Born.
Yeah, our
Because
sons.
sometimes I get confused and I'll look at their tag on their umbilical cord because the firstborn Atlas we put 1 and then the secondborn we put 2 tags. Like that's whatever tags on the umbilical cord. I was like, okay, this is G.
Yeah. So we met, you stalked me, you wouldn't leave me alone. We eventually got married, then we had kids. One thing that I found was like really interesting is kind of the culture of Korean, like Korean culture just seems to be like the cool thing nowadays. Like K-pop Demon Hunters is just wreaking havoc on the entertainment industry. Bong Joon-ho, who directed Parasite just a handful of years ago, won for Best Director. K-dramas are.
Which you haven't seen
I haven't
one
seen.
yet.
I haven't seen
Oh
one.
my goodness.
I haven't seen
You
one.
haven't seen one.
Because
after
it's so.
all these years.
It seems so like I don't know. Like I watch an episode and they'll like touch fingers, and then I see you like, and I'm like, they didn't even do anything.
Because it's a culture that you don't touch.
But if you look at like telenovelas, like that guy will like, first off, this thing is cut down. He has his hairy ass chest with a gold medallion. Vente Maria, besame, and it grabs her and like that's so when I see the little, they touched.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is boring. This is so.
And that would be not even the very beginning of the episode, probably like the end or like the middle toward the end. They barely like give a hug or grab their hands. It's like culturally you don't touch. Like you don't give hugs. You don't give hugs to your parents once you're older. You only do it to your like partner.
in Korean culture.
Yeah.
Right.
But you guys always
we're besitos, like everything all the time. Where it's like always hugs, always kisses. Very, very, very affectionate culture, which I felt was
the Korean is like keep your distance, like right here. Our relationship is like right here. You can bow.
Hajima, don't touch me.
Yeah, do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I felt like that was a big friction point with like myself and your family.
You think so?
Yeah.
What was it?
Because I felt like there were some people that you introduced me to where I hugged the wife. And the husband was just like, I might as well have bent her over and like just slapped her ass because he looked horrified.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. And all I did was, all right, well, like, thank you so much for dinner. And I gave a hug and like, and
just being an American.
just being, yeah, like, all right, just, and this was like very early because to in my defense, it's not like you taught me a whole lot either.
I was a bad teacher.
You're a bad teacher.
Yes, I do admit that. I just didn't know how to teach. I just didn't know what to teach because I've been in America for so long now. Like,
don't do this.
Even me, like, I was confused. Remember, like, I when you first met my dad, or like whenever you call his name, and I forgot there was like a suffix you need to call him, and my dad was like,
"Yeah,
how dare you?"
Yeah, yeah. So
that was even eye opening for me. I was like, "What do you mean?"
So explain that because like I met your dad, and then I just called him by his name. We're having dinner, and it was like, Dongho, what did you think about this? And I was just trying to talk to him. Yes, and when I said that, like he looked at me, and then he looked at you, like I spit in his cereal or something. You know what I mean? Like he had this like look of
Just
like
shock,
extreme like
disrespect.
disrespect. Yeah. So what was that about?
Like in Korean culture, there are certain suffix you call somebody. Like if you're when you're older person, you call them like in a certain suffix, right? And when it comes to like Antonio, when I'm introducing my dad, there would be like father, like abunim, or like we weren't married yet, so
I think
is
we
it
were married.
we
Yeah.
were married,
Yeah.
and then it would be like what was it?
Father-in-law. 장모님?
장모님,
Oh,
장인어른.
장인어른. Yeah.
장인어른.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's
That's
the
your
word.
mom.
And see, even I'm still
Yeah.
confused, like what the word was. And like, I lived in America now like 10 years by then, and I'm just like, oh, you want to call my dad's name? Like, you know how you would do
Yeah.
to everybody here.
Donghu.
And,
And
and
don't do
I
that. Yeah.
remember after the dinner, my dad was telling me like, no,
Yeah.
that's not right. You need to call. He needs to call me 장인어른. I'm like, oh, like I was learning. I'm like, oh, that was bad. That was like really
Yeah.
bad because there's hierarchy in Korean.
Hierarchy.
Yeah,
So like if someone is on the maternal side, paternal side, if they're older, they're younger, then you could very well call someone like literally six for the same kind of like relationship dynamic. It'd be like six different
yeah. I need to
names.
call you oppa.
Oppa.
I never called you that.
You call me Oppa?
Yeah, because you're older than me, and I'll call you oppa.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh,
Ugh. I don't like
that
it.
doesn't sound right.
No. So like especially like in Hispanic culture, it's like everyone is your tío, everyone is your tía, everyone is your primo, everyone is your prima.
What is prima?
So it's just like it's just cousin, but it's like the female version of cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So like niño, niña,
Mm-hmm.
right? But yeah, over there, like I remember constantly as a kid, like, oh, who's that? Oh, ese es tu tío, ese es tu tía, ese es tu prima, and it's like my cousin's family members, da 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 da, da. And like literally no relation, but it's your cousin,
Yeah.
and
Even though they're not family.
yeah,
Or actually,
oftentimes, yeah,
oh,
yeah. Even if it's just because I think maybe culturally speaking, the Latin community is like very family oriented. So
yeah.
so you just like their family, if they're your cousin, that's your uncle, it's your
Mm.
auntie. Just you know, we don't get hyper specific.
Yeah.
It just they're your family. Why don't you go play soccer? You got our face while we go drink, and so it's very much like that over there. And so that's like my concept.
Mm-hmm.
So going into, with your family, it was very much you have to learn this, you have to learn this because it's proper, and then it's disrespectful, and then you do that, and it came across like a lot of things that I needed to learn
I didn't teach.
that you didn't teach, and then we got in trouble, and then it just kind of, how would you say, like
Bad impression.
bad impression, and it's really hard to overcome
I'm sorry.
bad impressions.
I'm sorry.
I think your family like does not like me. Like we don't really have a. Would you say like we have a relationship with your side of the family? They're like disappointed almost, like I'm not Korean.
I don't
Hey man,
know. I can't say because I never asked to, but maybe not
yeah,
because we're so different culturally.
Mhm.
But I think it was like opposite how I met your family. They were like so accepting. I remember like because I feel like Korean culture, you need to get like you warm up and you get to know each other, and there's a process.
What's your blood type?
Nah.
What's your MBTI? How old are
That's more
you?
like culturally, like how people talk to each other, but like family was, I feel like there's more like procedures or like process of getting know each other. Like you have dinner and then you get invited and you do things together. But like I remember meeting your family, it's like, oh, immediate family. Like there is no process. Like, oh, your family, which was like eye opening for me because I feel like how? I just didn't understand that process because there was no process. You just family, your family.
Yeah,
Like that
like
was it.
you're with him. Okay, you hungry? You want something? It was like it was
Yeah.
immediately like, oh, okay, cool. Like, come on in. Let me introduce you. You want some food? You want a beer? Quieres una cerveza? You want something to eat? And then
Mhm.
like, just all right, cool, hang out. And it was very, very simple. I remember my mom was like trying not to get super excited when she met you because she was like, she told me like after the fact.
Mhm.
She was like, I think she's the one.
Wait, when was this?
So when we were in Reno before we moved to Las Vegas, we were at the pepper mill.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, when I
Remember?
first met your mom.
Yeah, so it was like around there where she was like, because I remember I would ask her with like other women in the past, like, what do you think? And blah, blah, blah. And so she would just be honest. She would
Mhm.
never put anybody down or say anything negative, and just like, oh, I like her or whatever. And I felt like with you, she was trying to be very careful with her words
Mhm.
because I think the way that she describes it is like she didn't want to put pressure on me to stay with you,
Mhm.
but she like knew like she's good for my son. Like
Yes.
and
I'm good.
which is interesting because I didn't really understand that, but in a weird way, like now that you have sons or we have sons, I can see that if when our sons are older and they bring a girl,
Oh,
you ready for that?
no.
Mom,
I'm not ready for this
this is Brittany. I
conversation.
love her. Imagine that.
Uh, I try not to imagine, but I do imagine, like, them going away, which makes me really, really sad.
If they bring someone, do you feel like you can see really quickly like this woman is good for my son, this woman is like
I think it's a gut feeling.
it's a gut feeling?
I think it's like you just immediately kinda know, like how I knew about you.
You think so?
I think it's
So
a
a
gut
girl
feeling.
comes in and you're like, this hoe better.
I
Like
think
that.
I can feel it before you, like, know it.
You think so?
Mhm. I think
Mm.
it's more of that, cause like, I don't know.
It's you feel like it's a mother's intuition on stuff like that. Like even though that we're years and years and years away from that, you feel like if that were to happen today, you immediately know like,
What about souls you bring somebody? Dad.
oh dude, I'm not ready
I
for
wanna
that.
marry this guy.
Nah, who? Brad? Dad.
Chad.
Yeah.
His name is
His
Chad.
name's Stuart and I love him. Get the fuck out of here,
Would you
Steve.
how would you know?
I would have to test them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I would have to test them.
What would be the test?
Um, I'm not sure at this point, but I feel like it's something where I wanna see if they demonstrate resilience and I wanna see if they demonstrate strength.
Mm.
And that could be pressuring the son or the son-in-law or the potential son-in-law,
Like what?
getting in their face. Like getting in their face, asking them tough questions. See if they look something as simple as they look me in the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if they look at me in the
That
eye,
speaks loud.
yeah, it does. Yeah. I remember just even looking at because I met like in just past relationships, I would meet some parents
Mhm.
and I didn't really want to meet them. I remember this person, like I felt like I was kind of pushed to try to meet this girl's parents.
Mhm.
I didn't want to. And it's because I knew that this person wasn't for me long term. Like I just you know what I
Of
mean?
course, yeah.
Yeah, and so I didn't want to do that to her
Mhm.
to then have that pressure on her because I met like her father and her mother and her brother and everything. I didn't want to do that. So I was constantly like, yeah, all right, we'll get to it sometime. And I remember when I met them and when I looked at them, I remember feeling like I didn't you look at them, you meet someone, you look them in the eyes and blah 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 blah. But I
Avoidance.
but I didn't want to I didn't want to plant my flag in front of her and I. Like
Mhm.
this is an established relationship. So going to our daughter, like if there's a guy in her world and I get that sense that he's not there, I like
I think
I'll
it's
know
easy
it.
to sense,
I'll
yeah.
see that. I think most fathers will snuff that like, oh, you're not about that life with this girl. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? Like,
That's right.
why don't you move it along? Yeah.
That's right.
And so I think fathers can sniff that out. You can kind of scope out someone's intentions and
I
um
think you're good at that,
yeah,
asking questions and sniffing that out.
I'm very fast at that and I'm very accurate with that. I feel like I have to just in my line of work, like I have to be that way.
Mhm.
And it's because with what I do, like a lot of the things, it matters because it's business. There's employees. There's all kinds of stuff that's involved. And when it's like our daughter, I feel like that spidey sense is going to be extremely sharp with that. And I
Mhm.
want to make sure that it is someone who can look at me in the face and be like, I'm not playing with her. I'm
Mhm.
serious about her. And I'll feel it.
I'll be
I'm getting
scared to
like
be I'll
goosebumps,
be
dude. Yeah.
scared to be on the other side and, like, be that guy and looking at you like,
Yeah.
cause like, the way how you ask questions and, like, you look at somebody and, like
Like they know, dude.
like,
Like
you
I
know.
know the answer before you ask. I've gotten that so much, but yeah,
You're so good at it, like, oh, the other side has no chance at that age, mm-mm,
yeah.
mm-mm.
But I feel like it's putting that guy through. some kind of crucible, some kind of pressure test that like you have to earn it through her, but you have to also earn it through me by my blessing. And that means that I have to check you.
Mhm.
That you are not only responsible to her, but you will also bear the consequences if you hurt her. I get like in being married, like there's gonna be some times in marriage with just times get tough, or we just have like bad spells or whatever. It's just life.
Right.
And in those moments, you want to make sure like you can have grace and understanding with your partner and all that, and things don't ever get unhealthy or toxic or violent or abusive or anything like that. And if anything like that occurred to my daughter and I know about it
Mhm.
and it's him, oh, fuck this guy. Oh my God. And it's making sure that they know
Mhm.
that they know there's consequences there
Mhm.
if anything like that were to occur. That
They will know.
it's like thinking twice on this because it's pure wrath at that point. You become wrath. There's that saying in the Bible, God becomes wrath, and wrath is like I feel like it's such an automatic switch.
For
Pe-
you,
I
for
think
men.
I think for women too. That
It's
mama
the mama bear gene.
that mama bear gene. Like so I was mentioning a little bit earlier growing up in Alaska, like your Alaskans are far more conscious and wary and cautious around the female. Like if it's a mother moose or a
Oh.
mama bear, yeah. Yeah, like they're more likely to like rip you to shreds, or a moose will like do a tap dance on your face than a male. If you're around the cubs and all that stuff. So I feel like if the mother has just a hint that you could be a threat, they will thrash you. Like it is that ass. And so I feel like it's for women too.
Yeah, actually.
How do you feel about do you feel like that's true? And do you think like there's some women that just don't have that?
They don't. I know for a fact because I saw that one video. Like somebody were asking moms, it's like if somebody were, I forgot what the question
Just
was,
to
but
hurt your
like
child, like
hurt,
physically hurt your
like
child.
what would you do? Would you
Would you kill them?
kill them? Oh yeah, that was the question. And they were like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I'll fucking kill them. I'll fucking kill them. You touch my kid, I don't care. Like
Have-
I don't care. How dare you touch my child? I'm here to protect my child. And those mom were like, "Oh, I don't like if you don't protect your child, who's gonna protect your child? Poor thing." You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, I can never hurt other people." Like, no, like
it's automatic, isn't it? Like if you visualize like if someone did that, the switch from like normal Kathleen, la da 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 da, and then you see that, it's the switch is almost it's so like imperceivable, or I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but like that switch is so incredibly automatic where now it's like threat, kill them, destroy them.
I don't just like straight up kill them, but I think immediately you're just like the
Per,
rage
per,
level will just like
rage.
go up.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, cause sometimes it's small as like at the playground. You know how other kids behave.
Oh, I don't want to kick some kids in the face,
You
dude.
know,
Throw them
like
across. Yeah.
you just like alert and looking at other kids and other parents and people surrounding and like how they interact and all that stuff. And if certain kids are rude, like sometimes they're just young, so they don't know. I understand that. But there are certain kids like
Yeah,
just
you could tell they have like a
more intention to it and they're just
rough upbringing and they're
Mhm.
just, yeah.
And you just like it's more like for me, it's not getting mad or not. It's like how I'm gonna deliver this in an appropriate way in this environment, in this situation. It's more of like a learning.
Yeah, I feel that way too. Like there's some, there's some fathers that you can tell like on, you just at a playground, that there's some very like relaxed. I wouldn't say they're relaxed. Maybe they're just maybe disinterested,
Mhm.
you know?
Be on their
And
phone.
they're just on their phone, like in the corner, and their kids are like running amok,
Mhm.
being just these barbarians. And then like other fathers are in sentry mode.
Mhm.
They're just like a heat.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
just yeah, and you
They're
could
like a hawk. They're just they're
they're
just
just yeah, and the way that they're standing, I'm like ex-military. They have I know they
I
got a
know, but
sig.
you do know.
Oh, dude, you could tell. You could tell. Like, okay, this guy's got a Glock. He's just standing in a way where like
Or in
his
at
six
the
is
exit.
covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the exits. you could tell who's packing heat at the park, like straight up. Like you see some fathers and you're like, they ain't doing shit if
Mm,
something goes down. And
yeah.
another father, you look at him like, hey man, if something goes down, like we're gonna 1-2 this.
You know,
You know,
they're rushing.
they're about that life. Yeah, you know if something went down, it's like almost an unspoken thing where it's like, I know they're packing, they know I'm packing. Just even how we position. There's some people that are like their EDC, their everyday carry is very well concealed and it's kind of hard to tell. But there's other ones that you can kind of pick up on it. You can just tell, like you can just tell, and you can kind of have this like unspoken thing, and sometimes you like talk about it, where like if anything goes down, I'm protecting your kid too.
Hmm. I think that's the parents you want to be around the playground too.
Yeah,
Because like if your child misbehave, I want the parent to jump in and teach them. Like this is not right, this is right, or like educate them, you know?
yeah.
That's a chance for them
It's
to learn.
more community driven.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And some parents who are not doing that, it's just like, I don't know, but I prefer
yeah,
parents who will try to educate them and make that as a learning lesson, you know?
yeah. I like that. It kind of reminds me of Alaska. I grew up in a really really small like fishing town, and so everyone was like, it's like you have a commercial fisherman during the summer, and then he's like our like geography teacher and social studies teacher, like during the school year, and he's like one of my friends' dads, and so you have these like wild dudes that are crabbers, and that's like a different level of psycho, and or military, or there's people that are like
It's
Coast
kind of
Guard.
scary how you talk about like your friends and, you know, your friend's family go crab the fishing boat and like they go missing. And that's just kind of like a
It's normal, yeah,
very, very normal.
very very normal. You got something there for us?
Oh, okay. I have some questions I wrote. I thought it was funny, just in case I can't remember. Oh, I wanted to ask you this one. When do you feel most loved by me?
When I feel most
Love.
loved, I think like it hasn't really changed. I think when you really like cater to me,
I do
w-
that every day.
yeah. But when I'm in my worst moments, when I'm like fried chicken, and what I mean by that is like I'll be just super, just having Zoom meeting after Zoom meeting, working with clients, solution seeking with them, and then your brain is just dead.
I
And
see that.
yeah, and I think in those moments when I tend to be like the most irritable or the most like snappy or attitude, and you have the most grace with me and you
Mhm.
still cater, I feel like, oh, and because then I feel bad. Like, all right, fine. I need to chill out here.
Be nice to me.
And yeah, I need to be nice. Yeah.
What about what's something you learned about love through our marriage?
you, you know what? That you can love like anybody. Like if you really choose to, because we're so different. Like you're I mean,
Yeah, this that is
you
true.
grew up in Korea at a very different language. Like the Korean language is a little bit more direct. It's a little bit more assertive. It's it's a it's a little bit more black and white than Spanish, being a romance language.
Mm,
And Spanish, just like just the
that's true.
songs and the literature and the way we communicate and just how passionate it is.
'Cause, like, even I ask you till this day, it's like, "So is it this or that?" Like, just
Yeah, you're
black
very
and
like
white.
black and white. I'm like, it's not so black and white. Like you need to like
Yeah,
it's
that's something I learned from you too, like, have like, there's a gray area and, like,
yeah.
understanding
I
situations and environments like that. There's gray area to understand about the person, about things. Cause like, for me, it's like, is it good or bad? Is it
yeah.
yes or no? Like, I just want to know and move on. But
Yeah.
you're always, like, thinking about the situation, the behind stories, and, like, you're very aware of it, and I'm just like, "Uh,
Yeah.
okay."
I
Like,
didn't yeah, I didn't
I
think of
don't
that.
care, just, like, this or that, like, let me move on with my life.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like our relationship made me believe in the concept of love deeper. That if you have two people that they just care,
Mhm,
they care about each other. There's value alignment. People can make it work.
mhm,
People can make it work. I don't care if someone is like Muslim and someone's from like Jamaica and they get together. Like I really really like that.
mhm,
'Cause like, there's some folks that are American or they're Korean or they're Mexican, and, like, their language is the same, their food is the same, the culture is the same, uh, the norms are the same, like, everything is the same, but they can't make it work when
mhm,
there's so much familiarity there,
mhm,
and for us, like, there was such a huge difference of, like, how I was raised and how I grew up and how you grew up in Korea, and then and yet we still came together and we have this wonderful, cute little family, and
Cute
we've
little
been married,
babies.
cute little babies, and everything. So it really made me believe in that.
Mm.
How about you?
I think it's the same thing. You
You're
choose.
copying? We're copying me. Make your own answer.
But it's a choice at the end of the
It's
day.
a choice. Yeah.
It's a choice. It's like I think a lot of time, not a lot of time, but I hear people like, "Oh, I don't have the chemistry." Like like friends, and you hear different, colleagues about
They're
like
not over
this,
6'3".
like having those type of conditions you have to like, or well, there was no chemistry and this and that. I'm like, now being in the relationship where we're at, is like sometimes, yeah, that is important, but majority of time it's not.
Mhm.
Majority of time is like that's a very like a fraction of it. And every day, if sometimes you have bad moments and have the what do you call, like, attitude toward me, but I still be nice to
What?
you,
Yeah.
or I have the attitude and you still decided to like find out like why does she have an attitude? Let me just like find out why and just like try to cater to me. I think
Mm.
that's what makes you love each other more. I don't think it's a chemistry anymore. A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. So I think like that chemistry or those dynamics change, especially like after marriage,
Yeah.
after parenthood, and for you, like I know you have you had a biochem degree, bachelor's in biochem, minor in mathematics and Japanese, your fourth degree black belt, like all that stuff. Like you're very accomplished. And we decided years ago that you'd become like a stay at home mom.
Yeah.
So I feel like when that happened, that was also like a very different dynamic
Oh yeah,
too as
for
well.
sure.
For someone that's listening to this and maybe them like their partner, they're considering doing something like this. Like, what kind of advice would you give them or things to maybe think about?
Hmm. I think there's so many different things to think about, but one thing would be you both have to really agree. Not because one is pressuring, not because, like one side wanted to and doing that, like both have to be on the same boat for this to work because it's a long journey and it's a difficult journey, I think. Not everybody, but I think it was difficult for me to like having as a where I was from, I think having that mind shift of like I was always the one since like high school, I was out of the house, and since then I lived alone,
Mhm.
right? And I was always the one providing for myself since like all through college for myself after that, and always like trying to accomplish more, doing multiple jobs, when I was younger, and then I gotta like
Not do it.
not do it, depend on you. So that was like a shift for me, trying to depend on you. And that feels extremely vulnerable,
Mm.
extremely vulnerable. And like, I feel like I didn't have a place in at one point too, and because it's not mine. It was the beginning of our marriage too. So it's like, I just didn't know how to act
Mhm.
in that time. Like it felt like it was all yours and there was nothing mine, you know? But like as time passed and like it kind of just I was able to adjust and
Mm.
adapt to it. And also, like, when you're about to adapt to it, it's just like you're like your mom and your wife, and that comes first. And you do the same thing every single day, and you don't accomplish anything. You accomplish a lot, but at the same time, you accomplish nothing to do the same thing over and over. So, like, kind of life feels like a spinning wheel.
Mhm.
Like before, if I work, you get accolades, you get more money or something, or you get promoted or something. Like you see what you're doing is working and going somewhere. But being a mom, you don't really see that as much as like a working environment.
Mhm.
So that was like another shift. But I think being able to be open minded to adapt those different type of situations is like what do you have to prepare yourself with your partner like.
I felt like books really helped us. I feel like there was one thing that we had in common
Mhm.
when we got married, even before that, that we were both very passionate about our own personal development.
Oh, yeah. We still are.
We still
Well,
are.
we still are. I haven't as much because with the kids and stuff, but I know you are reading a lot, but we used to read a lot. Same book together too.
Yeah, yeah. So I felt like that's something that really helped because we would essentially like download different information into ourselves, and that information would be relationship dynamics, communication tactics. It'd be like finance. It'd be all kinds of different things that just helped us get more on the same page, because now we can read about something, talk about something, agree, disagree. We can unpack what we just absorbed in the
Mhm.
book and feel like, all right, this is a really good strategy for later. This is a really good strategy now. This is a strategy that
Yeah.
could have been helpful for us in the past. Yeah, we're
I
like,
know what you're talking about.
yeah, like this would have been better for us like 5 years ago. So how do we kind of integrate that today and play a little bit of catch up or
Mhm.
do something, right? So I felt like the book side of things was very helpful for us.
I think it did a tremendous job because that's how I learned about you. Like, still to this day, I still think about those books I read. And it's like, oh, this is why Antonio acts the way he does and why he processes
Why
things.
he's this way? Like,
Yeah,
why are
yeah.
you the way you are? Like,
Yes,
God.
seriously. Because back then I just didn't understand it. Just you get frustrated, you know? You get frustrated, and then sometimes when you're a couple, like if you don't talk out loud and you discuss it, it becomes a resentment. And that's not good in relationship, especially you
Mm,
wanna go long term and you have to talk about it, but if you have understanding, those resentment doesn't build.
mm,
It becomes an understanding, you know? So, before I just didn't understand why, but now I do. So it's like, okay, this is how he process things. This is who he is and this is how he thinks. Like that's why, you know?
yeah, I gotcha. So this was a lot of fun. This was like our first time sitting down and just kind of talking about things. I think there's definitely more to come. There's a lot of value that we can be bringing. Anything you want to leave the audience with?
Since we were talking about like a marriage, I guess one thing is that if you're married, if you're a couple, know that you're on the same boat. You're not an enemy to each other. You're not competing with your partner. You're on the same boat. One might be, going faster or slower. Either way, you're on the same boat. You're together, so get along.
Get along,
Get along.
figure it out. We're
Yeah.
we're you're on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good bit for us too. Like we're
Yeah.
we're paddling. We might as well paddle together in the same direction than like in circles in our own
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, it doesn't. The boat doesn't go anywhere. Yeah,
Mhm.
cool, awesome. So it was a lot of fun. We'll do this next here soon. Cool. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.